If you're running a Skool community and you're struggling to figure out what kind of content to post inside the community, content that not only helps you to create more engagement consistently, but also helps you to convert your members into paying customers, then you're not alone. This is probably one of the most common challenges that new community owners face. But what if you could create an entire week's worth of content that creates consistent engagement and is perfectly aligned to help you convert your members into paid clients, and you could do that in just 5 minutes? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to give you my complete 7-day Skool content calendar. This is the exact posting schedule that I use every single week in my own community to drive engagement, build trust and authority, and get people to buy my stuff. And if you stick around to the end, I'll show you an AI tool that will write every single one of these posts for you in just 5 minutes or less. So if you want to buy back your time, if you want to drive more engagement in your communities, and you want to start turning your members into paying clients, then this one's for you. All right, so a lot of people struggle with what type of content to post inside the community to generate engagement and conversion, right? But after analyzing what works in our own communities, I've developed a weekly calendar that's going to help you, first of all, create engagement, also help you to start DM conversations with your members so that you can get more conversions, you can book more calls, you can build relationships and connections. It's going to help you to get more people on your live calls. I think when you're first getting started with a community, it's important to do these live calls, like group calls, because that helps you to create more connection and relationships between your members and also between yourself and your members. All right. And then also this content schedule is going to help you to convert more members into your paid community or your coaching programs. All right. So this schedule is built around hosting a weekly call inside of your community, a weekly live call with your members. Okay. So while you might hesitate around doing this, maybe you don't want to do it, consider what these live calls are going to do for you. All right. So first of all, they're going to serve as a way to convert your members into your paid offerings. All right. So these are not just group coaching calls with no purpose, right? They're meant to help you to convert people into your paid offers. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Also, it's going to increase the perceived value of your free community, right? If you're doing live calls on a weekly basis inside of your free community, people are going to be more attracted and want to come to that community because of the live interaction with you and the rest of the community. It's also going to help you to build relationships between you and your members, and it's going to foster more connections between your members themselves, because community is really about not just you building relationships with your members, but also members interacting with other members. That's very important when you're talking about engagement and you're talking about building a sense of community inside of your community and kind of a culture and a vibe. Okay. Also, it's going to help you just create more engagement overall by running these calls. And so I suggest maybe doing it on Wednesday or Thursday at noon. I know it's really hard when you're working in different time zones to get the perfect time, but we found that typically like noon is a fairly good time. You're getting both West Coast, East Coast, and then you're also getting some people in England. Some of the Australian people get kind of left out, but it's a pretty decent time. So just think about when you want to do these live calls, and I definitely suggest doing these live calls. And then this schedule is centered around that. All right, let's go through the weekly schedule. I'll also show you some examples of some of these posts so you can start creating them yourself. And a little bit later, we're going to show you the AI tool that will just create all of these for you. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do, and remember, we're doing a weekly call each week. The first Monday post is going to tease your upcoming training or validate interest in the actual topic of the live call. And so we're really planting a seed here about what's coming later on in the week. All right. So let me show you an example. You could do a poll. So we've done polls in the past. So this is basically where we're just asking, hey, would you be interested in one of these trainings? All right. So which of these trainings do you want next? Vote below. And so we got 36 comments, 28 likes, and then we got 133 votes. All right. So we're really starting to understand which of the topics that our members are most interested in. So that's one way of doing it. It's kind of teasing, but also it's getting you some valid information on what kind of topics are most interesting to your audience. All right. Here's another variation of this. This is called a validation post. And so this is where we're asking if they want the training. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this training. Would you be interested in this? So need your help. Do you want this free training? Thinking about putting together a brand new free training to help you launch your Skool community that actually makes money instead of building some hobby group that will probably fizzle out. Is this something you'd be interested in? And you can see 290 comments. So we're generating that engagement that you're looking for. We're also getting, by the way, a bunch of people that are raising their hand and saying, yes, I want this type of training, that tells you, hey, they have a problem that you can help them solve. And also they're interested in the training that you're doing. So you can tag them on the reminder the day of the training. You can also reach out to them in the DM to start conversations around, hey, looks like you are trying to build a profitable Skool community. What's kind of holding you back? So this is another way to help you convert people, also generate that engagement. So that's Monday's post. Tuesday's post is really around more fun or personal stuff that you can kind of install or show them your personality and more of like your personal brand type stuff. So there's a couple of things that you can do here. First of all is an engagement question. And so we can take a look at the engagement question here. These are always going to be good for engagement. Just asking simple questions. You can see this one got 107 comments. What are you doing this weekend in gifts? So we're making it fun. It's not just, hey, this is what I'm doing this weekend, but we're getting people to show what they're doing in gifts. All right. So again, 107 comments. I'm also injecting some of my personal brand. I'm a huge Ole Miss fan. And so just like subtle hints of like the things that I like that I might be able to connect with a few people inside of my own community. So that's one way of doing it. Engagement questions are always going to be great. And so we're kind of mixing, conversion with engagement with these types of posts. Here's another example of sharing my brand personality. So I also am a big cornhole fan. I play in a cornhole league. And so I'm showing people, that's part of my life. That's something I'm very interested in. We just won the championship in our local league. So again, 75 comments of people trying to guess my cornhole league name. This one was a really fun post because some of the names were pretty funny. So that's one way, another type of post that you can do on Tuesdays. And then the other one is a two-step post. This is basically where we're promoting some resource that we have in the community that we know that people will want. And again, we're generating a bunch of comments. It's got 248 comments. These are all people raising their hand saying, hey, I want this resource. Again, people that we can reach out into the DMs and start communicating with, build a relationship with, and hopefully convert those people into our paid stuff. So that's Tuesday. So Monday's like the teaser. Tuesday's more just getting people to engage. Wednesday, we highly suggest one of our biggest traffic channels is YouTube. And if you look at all the Skool Games winners, most of those people, I would say 90% of those people all have big YouTube channels. So it's one of our best channels. And we believe that everybody should have a YouTube channel just so because it's such a powerful traffic channel. So we use Wednesdays to kind of promote our YouTube videos. So I'm going to open up this, and it's basically just a simple headline, a little bit of copy to create curiosity to get them to actually watch the video. So the big action here that we want people to take is to watch the video that we're generating more views on YouTube. And so that's how we use Wednesday. And then if you're not doing YouTube yet, what you can do is just a quick Loom video or something like that to solve a problem or pain point for your audience. Let me show you what that would look like. Very, very similar. I mean, we're using a short little headline, a little bit of copy to create curiosity to get them to watch the video. By watching these videos, they're seeing your face more often and you're building more know, like, and trust than just writing a post. So it's really good to kind of do these videos occasionally, showing people that you know what you're talking about and building that trust and authority. It's really good for nurturing those people. All right, so that's Wednesday. We're kind of sharing some kind of video that's helping them solve a problem or pain point or promoting our YouTube video. Then on Thursday, that's kind of where in this schedule, and you can move all these days around. You don't have to stick strictly to this schedule. On Thursdays, this is where we're going to actually promote the actual training. And you can add another post on Wednesday afternoon promoting, saying, hey, we're doing this training that we talked about earlier in the week. And then you can also post it again on Thursday morning. So let me show you what that would look like. So this is basically just building excitement and demand for the upcoming training. And so we have a good title, kind of sharing what the actual training is about, a little bit of an intro, some bullet points, and then the link to join us live. So that's promoting the training that day. And then Thursday, then at noon or whenever you're doing your training, you'll do your live call, you'll record it, and then you can put it inside of your community if you have a classroom for that. And then on Friday, a couple of things you can do. You can either ask people what their biggest takeaway is, and then you can tag all the people that actually attended. That's another way to create more engagement and build that relationship with those people. And you can also do a who missed this training. So this is basically where you're just going to say, it's kind of like a two-step post. Who missed this and needs the replay? Who missed how to launch your Skool community that actually makes money, which is what we teased earlier on, and who missed the training and needs the replay? Again, we got 80 comments of people again that are raising their hand saying, I want this thing, that we can reach out to the DM. So you can see how this all works together to not only create engagement inside your community, but also help you to convert people into your paid offers. Okay. And then again, Saturday is just more engagement, personal brand again. All right. And you can do the same thing on Sunday if you'd like. That's pretty much the 7-day schedule. And then we have some additional posts that you can kind of layer in as needed. So first of all, asking for help. These are always great, where you're asking your audience to help you with something. So this brings down your positioning a little bit. So it kind of makes you more vulnerable and makes you one of the actual people in the community. So does anyone know how to get TikTok back? My account got hacked and they changed my phone number for 2FA. Anyone know how to get this back? A little bit of engagement here, but these are always really, really good because again, it kind of lowers your status inside the community so people feel more connected to you. All right. And then we can also tease our paid stuff. We do this a lot because we're doing a lot of cool stuff inside of our paid community, and we want to create that FOMO for our free community. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll tease all the cool stuff that we're doing inside the paid community. So basically this is, look what our boot campers are doing. So we do a 10K community boot camp and we just give them tons of stuff. And so I kind of teased that we created this content management system for them. And I asked them if they want to join the boot camp, which is, obviously a paid thing, type boot camp below. So we got people typing in boot camp. And so again, the people that type boot camp, those are people that are saying, hey, I really want to buy this thing. Okay. And then another one here is sharing your wins. It's always really good to share client wins because people can kind of visualize themselves making those same wins because regular people are doing the same thing. So here's an example of me doing that. So Elite Crusher members be crushing it. Adam just closed 2 high ticket clients for $35,000. Karen just got 11 new members in 1 week using our community launch process. So proud of them. And then sharing screenshots of them actually telling us that they did these things. So showing that social proof. So those are some of the things that you can kind of layer in on top of this schedule and kind of mix and match as you like. So if you'd like to get access to this actual content plan, then I'm going to drop a link in the description so you can join our free community and you can get instant access to this plan when you join. All right, so now that we've given you this 7-day plan that's going to help you to create more engagement and help you to convert your members into paying customers, now let me show you the AI tool that will help you to create all of the posts that we just went through in just 5 minutes or less. All right, so what you're looking at right here is Community AI. This is an AI tool that we've created for our paid customers, our paid members inside of Community Builders Elite. And basically what this is a series of AI tools that helps our members execute every single step in our 10K community blueprint. So this is our 10K community blueprint is literally the step-by-step process that I went through to help me generate over 18K MRR inside of my paid community. It's literally everything I do. And we have AI tools that help you implement every single step of the way. Okay, if you're interested in checking that out, I'll drop a link to Community Builders Elite so you can join the paid community and get instant access to all of these tools. But right now, I want to show you the actual community content post planner. All right, so this is basically the tool that we will use to write all of those posts that I just showed you in like 5 minutes. All right, so basically I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, can we create my posts? All right. And so I've got a little bit of information that I've filled out ahead of time that I'm just going to copy and paste here to save us time. But basically it's going to say, hey, question number 1, tell me about this week's training topic. Please provide a comprehensive description, including what you'll be teaching, key takeaways, and why it matters for your community. So what you can do here is you can just turn on the microphone and you can just talk about what the training is. I've already done this ahead of time, so I'm just going to paste this in. And I'm going to hit enter. So we're talking about the 3 traffic strategies to grow your Skool community fast, even if you have 0 audience. Gave it a little bit of information. And then it's going to ask me the next question. All right, let's see what the next question here is. All right, question number 2, do you have a YouTube video to promote this week? Yes, no, if yes, please provide a brief description of what you'll be covering in the video and the link to the video, okay? So I'm gonna say yes, and then I'm going to paste in my little description of the video. I don't have a link, so that's good. I'm just gonna hit enter. And then it's gonna ask me the next question, which is, what is the link for this week's live training? I'm gonna just tell it I don't have a link yet. Don't have a link yet. Then I'm gonna hit enter. All right. And then it's going to ask me for Tuesday's post, which one do you prefer? A personal brand post, share something about your personal brand or vulnerable experience, engagement question, a simple question that sparks discussion, a two-step post, promote a cheat sheet. So let's do a two-step post. I'm going to do number 3. All right. Perfect. I can see you have great examples of two-step posts. Let me ask you a follow-up question. What would you like to promote? So I'm going to do my 7-day school content calendar. 7 days. Let's see, the exact posting schedule I used to build my 7,000 member community and generate over 18 per month in my paid community. Okay. And then the next question is going to be, for Friday's post, which do you prefer? A takeaway post asking what their biggest takeaway? I'm going to do the replay post. I'm going to go with number 2. For Saturday's post, would you prefer something fun or an engagement question? Let's go with something fun. All right, so now it's going to give me 5 different options of fun posts that I can choose from. So show me your workspace set up in one photo, gets people sharing their environment. What's the weirdest place you've ever taken a sales call? Drop a GIF that describes your week of building your community. Energy, coffee or energy drink, community builders needs to know. What's one app you couldn't run your business without besides Skool? I'm gonna go with number 5. And that's kind of an engagement question too, to be honest. But I like that one. That was pretty good. All right, so now it's going to start creating all the posts. So we'll wait on that and then we'll see what we get back. All right, so let's take a look. Look, your weekly community post package. So Monday validation post. Want to grow your Skool community fast? I'm thinking about doing a training this week on 3 proven traffic strategies that work even if you have 0 audience right now. Most people think communities just magically grow, but they don't. But these strategies actually work. Would this interest you? I love that one. I might just get rid of this, but that's a solid post. So Tuesday, 2-step post, the content calendar that built my 7,000 member community. I used to stress out about what to post in my community every single day. Then I created a simple 7-day content calendar and everything changed. The posting schedule helped me, blah, blah, blah. Comment calendar below if you want my exact. Okay, that's solid. All right, so Wednesday morning. So this is the YouTube video promotion. How I booked 200 sales calls last month using Skool. Most people use Skool to host content. I use it as a sales call booking machine. Last month alone, 200 sales calls were booked. In my new video, I'll walk you through the entire Skool community funnel and GoHighLevel setup. I reveal my 5 mechanisms we use to automatically book calls with new members and which one books the most calls. This is the exact system we use in our own business. Watch the full breakdown here. Great. I love that one. Wednesday afternoon. So this is the live training. 3 traffic strategies to grow your Skool community fast. Again, we teased that on Monday and now we're announcing it. So here's the truth most communities don't want to hear. Your community won't magically grow just because you built it. But the good news is there are proven traffic strategies that work even if you have 0 audience right now. I'm going live to share, and then there's bullet points. And then Thursday morning is just the reminder. You can basically almost repost 10-minute reminder right before to get more people to join. And then Friday replay post, who missed yesterday's training? We just wrapped up our live training on the 3 traffic strategies to grow your Skool community fast. I shared the YouTube strategy, minimal editing required, how to leverage other people's audiences, and then a simple Facebook ads approach. I would add a little bit on bullet points here, but still pretty solid. Plus, I answered a ton of questions that came up live. If you missed it, you want access to the replay, comment replay below, and I'll send it over. And then Saturday, something fun. What's one app you couldn't run your business on without? Besides Skool, obviously. Drop your answers below. So that is solid. And we just created all of that content that's going to help you to grow your engagement inside your community and help you to convert your members into paying customers. Now, if you want the AI tool, if you're interested in checking that out, I'll drop a link in the description so you can join our paid community and get instant access to the tool so you can start planning out your weekly content every single week and creating all that content in 5 minutes or less. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.